with those skies don't look promising at all. I was going to do a not review so much as a year of ownership essentially, which is about right. I think I've had this bike for about a year and used it in quite a few different conditions. So I was going to do like a video of you know, my thought process behind why I chose the VFR. I mean, it's the best bike in the world, so you know, that's an easy question, and just go over my my thoughts. But it's not the best weather-wise this morning, is it? Really grey and gloomy. So I might save that for when it's a little bit brighter. Fortunately, got quite a lot of back catalogue of B-roll as well. Let's go through some of my videos to try and illustrate my my points, which is handy every time. Yeah, I was out this weekend working on the van. Managed to completely gutted the back of it is. So now we just need to transport all the old bits of wood and carpet and stuff like that to the skip, and then we can buy all the paint, because there's a couple of little holes that have been made to assist like the drainage of whatever was previously being carried in there. So I'm just going to weld over those, just patch weld them over. There's a bit of a dink in the wheel arches as well, so I'm going to sort that out. And then just need to go over it with a well, what I've been doing, like the only way we found like the most effective way of giving it a clean was to get like a wire brush, like drill bit, and then just go down every single like little rut, because it was literally just baked and bonded on. Like the brush, like we used a hard bristle outdoor brush that literally just skipped over the top of it. So I'll probably go back over the top with that a few times to get rid of the all the mud, and then jet wash it. I was looking at that car going, oh, I'm never gonna make it, am I? What a stupid thing, of course I'm never gonna make it. Yeah, just like jet wash it so it's dry, and then I think you can get like, if I use the wire brush to get rid of any sort of egregious rust, there really isn't any, just surface rust, so I could just give it a once over again with the wire brush and the drill, and then from there I could just sort of like use some of that like rust protection outdoor paint stuff, because it's going to get painted and then insulated, and then there'll be sort of wood flooring put down and wood boards on the side and the ceiling, so it doesn't have to be a pretty job. I just want to make sure that there's no like ingress of water or rust that I'm not aware of, so it doesn't sneak up on me. Sneaky rust is sneaky. I think once we get to the point where it's painting and things like that, that's probably going to be a little bit more enjoyable for people to look at, because at the moment it's literally just cleaning and cleaning and cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. When people like have these projects, they start with like a near pristine truck or van, right? No one I've seen, like, there's no videos that I've seen, or I should say there's no videos that I've seen that have such a job just to get to, like, you know, painting and decorating stage. The electrics as well, because there's a electrical system that's been added. You've done it again, prick, knob, fucking knob. Yeah, sorry, so like the guy's got like a loom fitted for when he had like an emergency stop and some generators and stuff like that. And it's all been wired in such weird ways. So we're just trying to essentially get to the bottom of where it goes and where it attaches. This guy up my arse. What an absolute twat bag. Oh, I'm going 30 now. Give him a piece of my mind. Yeah, so I'm essentially trying to, I don't have any wiring diagram that fits, since there's a lot of dodgy custom stuff. But essentially what I'm doing is I'm like having the van run, flicking all switches and dials, and then if I think something's like unnecessary, like I cut it and then check I haven't switched anything off. And the mess of extra garbage around the behind the dashboard's unreal. Oh, get me space, get me favourite. Yeah, so within the next week or so, the van project will probably take a couple of leaps forward. I mean, now that it's actually drivable and roadworthy, oh, apart from the brakes, yeah, Yeah, I've ordered a new bleed nipple because the one that was on there was clogged, and I don't know what tool they were using previously, but it's absolutely chewed up. So to be able to release some of the tension when I was winding the calipers back, e-bike wanker, I had to crack the bleed nipple off a little bit, so the brakes are a little spongy. Okay for like a short journey, like to and from a skip or whatever, but I wouldn't want to go any real distance on it, just in case. Danger, danger! High voltage! Yeah, well, I called it. I did call it. Oh, look at those big old doggies! They look like little woofs, don't they? Proper woofs. I am glad that the waterproofs went on first. I just have a slight, not very waterproof jacket on, so eventually there will be ingress. So that'll be nice, you know, when I get to work and I've got soggy armpits. Oh no. My mistake here was to fill up with fuel. I had 4 bars, which is technically 2 more trips to work and back. But I'd left a little bit earlier because I was planning on doing my little review, 1 year review, retrospective, whatever review, isn't it? Who cares? Yeah, but I instead decided to piss around and get some fuel. Snip, nope, no snippy snips. Although by the looks of it, there are some brighter skies further down the road, so I may outpace it. I'm just not going to be able to make up much time stuck behind our bus, of all things. Oh, buses. Oh, what's the point? You know, I don't think I've ever got on a bus that hasn't smelled funny. There's always, not like a horrible smell, but there's just that weird bus seat smell. You'd think you'd try and make it a little bit more inviting to people, wouldn't you? I mean, obviously you also get the ones that smell of piss, because they have been pissed upon. There was a, I can't remember like the bars names, but in Tidworth, in Salisbury, who don't talk like that. Yeah, in Tidworth in Salisbury, there was a bar that you used to be able to go into, and then you buy a ticket, and this ticket would entitle you to entrance to a club in Amesbury, I believe. I think it was Amesbury. The name of it though is, I cannot remember, because I'm usually far too drunk by the time I get there. But what they do is they'd have a bus, and the bus would come. I don't know whether this was the actual name, but we used to call it the Venga bus, you know, because it was all about drinking and stuff. But oh my god, this was the swampiest form of transport I have ever been on. I know my mate Andy once just pissed himself on the bus, just sat there and pissed himself, and I would not have known unless he said, hey, that was an experience to watch the bouncer when he eventually gave him a quick pat down. It was like pat, 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 splat, splat. And then he was sort of looking at his hands in dismay. I was like, what the fuck? He just like wobbles past him drunk and enters the building. Fucking hell, I loved it. He was a swampy guy. Oh, that bus though. Oh, I was also, the bus would also take you home as well, or take you back to Tidworth. It was quite a good shout actually, because I can't remember the price of the ticket. But I mean, that full bus, it was a double decker as well, I believe, and it was packed, like standard room and everything, like absolutely rammed with people. So I don't know how many trips they made either. I assume more than one. Is that bus ever going to bloody stop? Oh, good old Andy. He was known for urinating. It's a bit of an odd thing to be known for, but one to watch out for. I remember once we were in Guildford, I believe, a bar in Guildford, and we just stood at the bar waiting to order, and he just whips his knob out and starts pissing against the bar. Oh god, Andy! And his thought process was, well, he needed to go to the toilet and he wanted some drinks and he didn't want to lose the space, so the solution to that problem was to just piss where he stood. I mean, fair play to him. He usually wouldn't bother to unleash the beast. He'd just go in his pants. My friend Stag do. We all stayed over at his, like, we all around like the local town for drinks, and then we stayed over at his mum's house. We all just sleeping in the living room. Just pissed all over a sofa. Brand new it was as well. How that woman didn't lose her mind immediately is I don't know, beyond patience of a saint. Damn, he's one of the ones that you know, lost contact with over the years. I mean, a lot of the other friends and stuff like that I made in the army. Even though I don't talk to them hardly ever, you know, you still know where to find them. Those type of friends as well. They're always the ones that will like respond to the call. Like, you may not have seen each other for a long time, but when, like, you know, the call goes out, the little bat signal goes up in the air, and you all just like immediately rally together. Like, you've I'm with, like, my friend's stag do, same friend actually whose mother's sofa got a dousing. He's like remarrying this year, so we put a call out, like, you know, old army friends, just like rocked up. I don't think there's any other set of like people that I've known that you could do that with without some sort of like awkwardness. Oh, it does actually stop for people. Come on, go fucking round in bell ends, Jesus. Someone with the letters off, the word off on his number plate. There's a few things I'd like him to off right now. Well, there we go, I'm heading into some brighter skies. I wouldn't mind so much, but work of like where it'll be summer, so as soon as it gets too hot for people, like, they'll complain, they crank the aircon on, and it won't be switched off until people complain it's too cold in the winter, and they'll put the heating on. So you're like, on the days when it's actually cold, it'll be freezing in work, and then you'll get bits of like over the winter period where it's just stifling hot and disgusting. So I don't really want to be spending all day sat there in a soggy t-shirt with me soggy nips. Should I? That's just asking for trouble. Hot. Baby, I love you, babe, every day. Yeah. Wanna live with you, fucking hell. Not even an attempt was made. Just fucking run a red. Some people. Breathguardian, love your soul. Look how far it got him. Dominance. Ain't it strange in motor range, there's a range of vehicles. Builders, welcome. Everyone else, scumbags. Ooh, that's a nice little funky brake light in it at the top. Crafty crafter. A proper bike. Proper commuter, commuting the old-fashioned way, what we like to see on this e-bike bollocks. You stay behind me where you belong, filthy hobbitses. Oh, it's doing it again. It's doing the rain thing again. What gear am I in? Neutral, apparently.